The puppy is running. It makes a weird sound.
As you can tell by the beginning of the video, it is snowing like crazy out here. Now, if you don't know, I live just outside of Vancouver, British Columbia. We do not get that much snow. We get tons of rain, but because we're close to the ocean down here, it doesn't usually get cold enough to snow. But when it does snow, we get lots of it, and quick. As you could see by my driveway when I pulled out, that started around midnight, and we're only at about just turned 10 o'clock right now. So in 10 hours, it's piling up pretty good. It's supposed to go all day, so I thought no better day to go out and test the truck. All right, so as you can see by the little wheels there on the mid right bottom of your screen, we are in 4 high. Reason I'm keeping it in 4 high, not only is it a little safer, we're on the road, there's other people out there, it's not just me. But living around here, like I said before, we don't usually get much snow, we get a lot of rain. And when it turns cold, it'll rain, and as the clear skies come, it gets cold, it freezes, and then same as the other way around, will be a bunch of ice. Once it starts to warm up is when the clouds roll back in and it rains, it melts, all the ice washes away. So when we get the combo like today where it snows, what happens is as it cools down, it rains, freezes, and as it starts snowing, it'll freeze the water on the ground before the snow starts sticking. So not only do we have snow like you can see here, but underneath what you can't see is there's always a big thick layer of ice. And no matter what vehicle you're driving and what tires you have, if you don't have chains or studded tires, I don't mess around like that. You're not going to hold or grip like you think you're going to, because it is literally like a skating rink under this stuff. If you want to see, just Google Vancouver snowstorms and just watch all the videos of everybody thinking that their summer tires work on ice. There's thousands of them out there. They're all pretty funny to watch. We watch them on the news every time we get snow like this. But as for my test, I'm not out here to hurt anybody or wreck my truck. So I'm going to keep it in 4 high. Yes, not all vehicles have 4-wheel drive. If you don't, I'm sure the tires will still do better than some stock set. But if you do have 4-wheel drive, definitely use it just to keep yourself and everybody else around you safe. So off we go. Like I said, we are in 4 high. The truck has no issues pulling away like this. But I don't know if you guys noticed when I first started the video and I backed out of my driveway and I was actually in 2-wheel drive still, or rear-wheel drive, whatever you want to call it. The truck was actually getting stuck. It was spinning out a little bit because, like I said, under this stuff is a bunch of gross mess of just ice and slush and everything else that they throw on the roads this time of year. All the vehicles' oils, they all get mixed in, and it's just a nasty time when you get out there. But as you can see, driving like this, especially in 4-wheel drive, definitely no issues to take off. This stuff is a little bit compact. It's not plowed or anything like that, but you can see as I take off, no issues. There's no slipping, there's no ABS light popping on, no traction control stuff popping on the dash. It's hooking properly, going like it should, no issues. Unlike this little Explorer, having a little bit of trouble turning the corner, but they're making it. So we'll come down here. This is still just a parking lot basically. We'll give her a little bit of gas. She spins, but she hooked, and away we went. So yes, they are brand new tires, and we are in 4-wheel drive, but they're doing exactly what I bought them to do. Alright, so turning right here, these are now our main-ish roads. It's not a main road, but it's definitely a road that's used, that they look like they have maybe came through with the plow once, at least going the other direction. Not sure if you guys can really pick that up in the camera, but again, it's all compact snow here, no issues. Now we're gonna have a red light up here so we can see just how well these tires grip to stop you. No slipping and sliding. Now the best part of driving on roads like this, especially with people coming at you, is one, around here, a lot of the people don't realize that snow is slippery and ice is slippery. So when they're coming at you, and again, these are all kind of main roads, and on the right and left hand side here, anyways, there's parking. But when you get up a little ways, there is actually a sidewalk on both sides of this stuff. So you don't want to be getting sucked into the corner or pulled from one way to the other, because you're going to end up hitting a curb that you don't know is there. And again, we've got the truck, we've got the beefy tires. If we hit it, probably not the end of the world, but for people that are driving at you in their little cars, sometimes you get the guy who's trying to be nice and move out of the way, and he's getting pulled into the corner. And if you got a little car, the curb is going to be a lot more damaging to you than if you're in something like we are in a truck here. And now again, it's probably hard to see on the camera, but we got a little bit of a hill here, and yes, we are still in 4-wheel drive. Like I said, the entire video we're going to be in 4 high. We aren't going to bother with 4 low. We're not off-road 4-wheeling in the snow. We're just driving around town, driving in the city. So little hill, and now we're not going fast, but like you can see, absolutely no issue going up the hill. And you can probably tell in the video that the only way you know where the road is to follow the other people's tracks. And I don't know if you can hear it in my voice how bumpy it was there, but that's the ice underneath. Like I said, we freeze, and as the snow hits initially, it melts because the ground is still warm, and it freezes the ground into ice and hard slush, and then the snow starts sticking and covers it. So that's why a lot of people, when they're out here, come flying around because they got a little bit of grip in the snow, and they try to stop. They don't stop, especially coming down hills. Like I said, there's quite a few hills here. We've got a few that are big enough that the police actually come and they shut them right down. But for a truck like this, I would say we have no issues. So we're gonna go and test out this hill going down now and just see how well she keeps us stuck to the road. And here we have our first delivery driver who can't make the corner and go up the little hill there to the left. So we're gonna see. He might be stuck now, right in the middle of the road, and I don't know if he's gonna back up because this is the hill I was going to test going down. So that just shows you guys I'm not full of it. This stuff is covered with ice underneath. You can tell by the truck there, he's going sideways instead of up. So what we're gonna do is just go nicely down this hill. Just let it coast down. This truck does actually have the hill descent control, but that's not this steep of a hill, so I don't have to worry about that. And also, if you're new to these trucks, they don't have modes. I know a lot of vehicles now, they got like sport mode, snow mode, sand mode, a lot of different stuff depending what terrain you're on. This truck does not have that. It has park, reverse, neutral, and drive, and then you can choose between 4 high, 4 low, depending what you're doing. And then, like I said, it does have the hill descent control. So now, this is one of the bigger hills we're gonna go up, and it's kind of cheating because with these ones, before the snow starts flying, they salt the absolute you-know-what out of these hills because people are coming up, people are going down, and it is just dangerous. There, if you go 2 blocks just to the left of us here, that one's a little bit steeper, a little more busy, and they actually shut that one right down. So a lot of people who think, oh, I can make it, I'll come over to this road and do it, get stuck. And I don't know if you guys can see quite yet, but there's 2 cars right up here in front of us that are stuck on the hill. So as long as this little Malibu or whatever it is here in front of us doesn't get stuck, I should be able to get by them. And there goes the plow. Like I said, they don't mess around with these hills. This guy will go up and down all day now until the snow stops, just so we can not have anybody coming down and getting stuck on the bottom of the hill, crashing into everybody, or people like these guys who try to make it up the hill and then get stuck into everybody. It looks like this Dodge Ram here might be trying to help some people out of the ditch, possibly. But you can see this guy's front wheel drive car, he's just slipping and sliding all over the place, not going anywhere. And now again, is that the driver? Is that the tires? Nobody really knows. But this Dodge Ram, I think, is going to try to help pull him out. So now everybody stopped and is looking like they're stuck. So I'm going to let these couple guys go by me, and then we're going to go around these guys. And that's the difference between 4-wheel drive and a truck with some decent tires and 2-wheel drive cars that are trying to just go and do the best they can. But like I said, these hills, they might look small. It looks small on camera, but it's actually a decent grade coming up here, and it's long. It's probably a good 4 or 5 blocks long before all the way to the bottom to the top of the hill. So if you get a good run at it, you're probably alright, but if not, you're gonna get stuck just like all these people seem to be doing. Alright, so from a stop here, we'll give her a little bit again. I don't know if you can see or hear that in the video, but the tires are gripping like nobody's business, and away we went. You can probably maybe tell in the video, it's hard to tell while I'm recording, but this road is a little bit more plowed than the ones we were on currently. Alright guys, one last little test. Road's not plowed. We're gonna give her a little bit of oomph here and see just how much it spins. And it definitely spun, but there was no traction lights coming on, so it wasn't spinning enough to hook on or make the traction light think you have no traction. And as you can see, we also slowed down quick enough because this rear wheel drive, whatever it is, Infinity or something in front of this Nissan Rogue, you could probably have seen, is now slipping and sliding, getting stuck. So I'd say if you guys are in the market for some new tires, not necessarily for this truck, but in new tires in general, these Mickey Thompson Baha Boss all-terrains, go and hook in the snow like nobody's business. I haven't got a chance to take them off-road and test them in the dirt and mud and sand and stuff like that yet, but definitely worth the price. They are on the pricey side, but all tires are nowadays. So if you're gonna go out and spend the money, especially if you got a brand new truck like this one, obviously you don't want to cheap out on tires. You want to be able to go and stop like we're testing in the video today. So spend the few extra bucks, pick these things up. Not only do they look sweet, but they work awesome.